Hello everyone. Thought I'd just do a hobby update as I haven't done one for a little while and I've done quite a few things and I thought I'd share them with you and sort of what my plans are coming up in the sort of next few weeks and just show you what I'm working through. Basically, I've had a bit of a cavalry thing going on recently, which is weird because I don't enjoy painting horses. I think I've probably gone on about that in other videos. I know other people go on about it as well. Dom, Leon, I know you guys have the same thing. But basically, I finished my heavy cavalry for my Wars of the Roses Yorkist Army. So I've just finished, and now this is the Perry set, and I've mixed in a couple of bits from some of the other frames, some of the mercenary frames, just to create a bit of varied pose. I've also painted this unit up as if it's been led by Lord Scrope of Bolton, so that's his personal coat of arms and his standard as well. Now he doesn't actually, in the game, he won't be a commander or anything like that. He's not going to have a separate command value or anything. He very simply, or just be, that's his unit, just as if in Black Powder you're saying, oh, I'm ordering the South Lincolnshire unit to move up. This will just be I'm ordering Scrope's unit. He's quite an interesting figure actually when it comes to the Wars of the Roses, because he was basically a Yorkist sympathiser. He fought with Warwick at Northampton. He got injured at Towton, and then he also fought at Hexham. And basically he just became a staunch loyalist to the Yorkist regime. He fought with Richard at Bosworth, and he was one of the few who got pardoned by Henry VII. I don't know what everyone thinks of Henry VII and the Richard III thing, but he got pardoned by Henry VII, possibly because Henry VII's mother, Margaret Beaufort, was the half sister of his wife. But then he supported one of the pretenders, Lambert Simnel, in 1487. So he got pardoned by Henry VII, and then he was straight back on the Yorkist bandwagon. But after that as well, he didn't lose his head, which is amazing. So he made it all the way to 1498. So he's one of the few who managed to go through Henry. Hang on, let me get this right. He went through Henry VI, Edward IV, Edward V, Richard III, and into the reign of Henry VII, and managed to actually die in his bed, or, well, not get his head cut off. So that's that unit anyway, so I'm really pleased with how they come out. It's a lovely set. I know I always go on about the Perry stuff, but I did enjoy painting these. I think it's probably because the horses are more armour than horse, so I actually managed to get through these quite well. So that's the sort of Wars of Roses stuff, and I'll just get the next stuff out. Okay, next up, I've got some Middle-earth strategy battle game stuff. Now, I showed one of these guys off before, which was the test model, which was this guy back here. If some of you have been watching some of my older videos, know that I've got this game. I bought the Pelennor Fields box set that Games Workshop released because it was amazingly good value, and it's a really good game. It's one of the best games that Games Workshop has put out, and these miniatures keep a very good aesthetic, and they kind of go a bit beyond the films as well, and into the book territory if you're into that like I am. So these are the Morgul Knights. So these represent just a cavalry force for Mordor. There's a throwaway line in the Lord of the Rings, in the Return of the King of the Battle of the Pelennor Fields, that mentions that the armies of Mordor just have some horsemen that are riding around the field supporting everyone, and so Games Workshop took that and they've made these. So as you can see, much more armour than they are horse. And I've tried to keep them a bit eerie and just add a bit of a glow. They do have sort of skulls in there. I've actually got one more of these to paint, but I'm planning on doing a painting video for them, because I can't find any kind of painting videos for these online. So I've tried to keep them fairly muted and then just pick out some spot colours with the greens and the reds. So really pleased with those. Didn't take very long either. So I've got those. What have I got? I've got a few more orcs to do, a couple more Rohan, and then I have Eowyn from Rohan to do as well, which I got for, I can't remember if this is for my birthday or for Christmas. I have to go back over my videos. I think it was Christmas. So I've got this one to do. So I'll also be painting this one next, and another cavalry model. So yeah, so some Lord of the Rings stuff going on as well. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. But there has been some movement on some other things as well. So I'll just get those out as well. Okay, so I've also managed to make some headway with my Romano-British Arthurian forces, which I'm painting up for Dux Britanniarum, or it could also be used in the Saga Ateus and Arthur set. So these are the Gripping Beasts, late Romans. I see quite a lot of these kicking around on lots of people's videos, but you get loads in the set. So I'm planning on using these for Dux Britanniarum, which is the Two Fat Lardies game. My opponent has gone with the Saxons, and I've always had a bit of a thing for sort of the Arthur legends. So as you can see, I am just working my way through these. Basically the set comes with unarmored troops. Let me just get one of the armored ones. So they come with unarmored troops and some that are wearing chainmail. So the way I've selected my forces is the unarmored ones represent the levy, so just raised, given a shield and spear and told go fight the Saxons, while the ones wearing chainmail represent the warriors. I've also given them, the warriors, separate shield designs because they're a little bit more battle hardened. They're probably just coming from their own sort of farms and houses, so I wanted them to be separate. So that's what I've done for them. So I'll have 3 units of 6 levy each, 2 units of 6 warriors, 4 skirmishers. Now these are from Footsore, so these are just some Dark Age archers. And I've got an order coming in from Gripping Beast, which will include the elites, which I've got some interesting ones coming from, some more shield designs, and then you've got your characters as well. You've got to have a single general, 2 sub-leaders, and a champion. And you can gain followers, you can get like musicians and bards, or you can have like a druid following you around, or a soothsayer if you're the other side, the Saxons. So this is something that we're going to be gaming. I know my opponent had a bit of an accident with some of his models, so he's having to glue a lot of them back together. But really pleased with these. I've seen some stuff. I think King Matt's doing some as well. In fact, I'll come on to him again in a minute, actually, because there's him and Medieval Warrior Nick that have got. I blame them for a lot of purchases that I've made recently, and you'll see in a second. But yeah, that's the other thing I've been working on. So these don't take very long to paint, so I'm hoping to have these knocked out in the next couple of weeks, and I'll put the complete force out for you all to have a look at. Okay, so other things that I've assembled, I've started putting together things from my muskets and tomahawks starter. So these are all the Native Americans that have come out. Really nice figures, nice to get some chunky metal models, plus some of their bonus ones. So we've got this guy here, straight from Last of the Mohicans, holding the heart up in the air. So these are the Native Americans. Now I got the French army, so I'm going to paint these up as the Huron. So I'm just going to do a little bit of research into, not major research, but just to get an idea of some colours and some of the war paint styles that they would have on. I did think about doing a painting video. To be fair, I've been watching loads of live streams recently. I watched, I dipped in and out of Stugmaster's live stream. I think it was last weekend. He did 24 hours and he was painting 6mm and somehow didn't go insane while everybody was watching. Brilliant stuff. I managed to dip in for a little while and have a chat with him. I don't know how he managed to do that. That was nuts. I mean, I've given myself some times before. I've sat here for 8-9 hours and painting, but 24 hours is nuts. I don't think I could do it. But it really was good. Other things to check out as well: Boots on the Table with Dom and the Miniature Wargaming Warriors. Ken and they've been doing streams every Monday while the lockdown's been going on, and it's a right laugh. There's quite a few people now who sort of like all gather in the comments and have a chat while also listening to them, and it's brilliant. They cover all sorts of topics. Sometimes some of it's just you know, off the wall. Other things is it's really interesting, and it's good to see that everyone is sort of like, you know, pulling together in all of this, especially in this community. So one day maybe I'll have a look at doing a live stream. I have no idea how it works or how you do it, but maybe it's something I'll one day have a look into doing, or if anyone can tell me how you do it, that would be ace. But maybe I'll paint up these or something. But anyway, so these are the Native Americans. All of them are single piece casts, fairly straightforward, fairly simple. The only one that came in multiples was this guy. It's this arm with the hand weapon here. I don't actually know what this is called. I'm not that familiar with the French Indian War. I saw this as an opportunity to actually learn about it, which is one of the things I love about our hobby. So I'll be looking into it. But to go with them, I've also bought from Perry, hang on a second, some civilians. Somebody scenarios in the Muskets and Tomahawk book require you to have civilians on the battlefield, just representing villagers or people to escort or as such. And Perry sell a really good set of American War of Independence things. I think this one's actually just stuck to the top. Come on, you. Okay, so I've actually managed to stick a model onto this green thing here. I can't get more, so I'll bring that in there. So, right, that, as you can see, we've just got a woman suit. Right, I'm going to have to extract that off of there in a minute. But you get just a nice range of ones. Now, this is for £7, and they've got 8 models, and you need about 10 for the group. And it's even got, like, a little kid playing, running away. Sort of more higher class lady, and then sort of like a town mayor, and it's got barrels, and I think it's just a nice set. So I'm going to paint those up at the same time, and then I'll get stuck into my French forces. Right, and now I think I'll finish things off and show you a bit of a surprise that came for me in the post. Right, boys and girls, this is what happens if you get pissed in lockdown and you're watching documentaries and you're watching other people's videos on the same subject as well. So a few weeks ago, I was watching some documentaries on Hannibal, and I'd had a few to drink, and it was the early morning, so this seems to have happened. Now, I have no recollection of this. I remember watching documentaries, I remember looking at the models, but I do not remember buying them until 2 weeks later. These turned up, and then I went back through my emails and my accounts and everything and found this. So a bit of a surprise. You might have said, how come I didn't notice the money leave my account? I thought when the amount of money left my account, I just assumed it was my one of the normal debits that I got leaving, because it was a similar amount. So that was obviously a bit of a surprise. So I've ended up with the Victrix African War Elephant and a set of 60 Warriors of Carthage. But no, it didn't stop there. I then also went and bought all the bloody little big men transfers for this as well. So that was yeah, a surprise. So I have had my eye on these. You know, it's something that I have considered doing. I do obviously really enjoy Ancients, and it's not something I've really gotten into, mainly because I couldn't find something that I really wanted to get stuck into. Now, a channel you should go and check out is King Matt the Superior. He's got some great stuff on there, same time period, and he's got the Romans on there as well. Now, I will probably do both forces, but you're looking at things like, so you end up with like the Principe, the Triarii. And the cool thing about the Carthaginians is they had a massive allied army, so you can get away with adding in Gauls and Iberians and all sorts. So lots of use for all those Victrix packs. However, it didn't stop there. Now, if you've been following Medieval Warrior, Nick's channel, he's been doing some rules reviews. And one of the sets he reviewed was this. Well, Impetus. Now, I got this when I wasn't under the influence, and it looked like a really good rule set. I was really impressed with the review he gave, and I took a bit of a punt and I bought it. And it looks very different, and it's something that I want to give a go. Something that's really attracted me to this is the multi-basing in this. So you've got one big base with lots of figures on it, or not very many figures on it, and then many dioramas. I think it will lend itself well. However, when I bought these, I also went back onto the other web, on North Star's site, and then I added in this book, which has got all of the rules for the Carthaginians and the Punic War, and this, which has the Wars of the Roses in it as well. So that was quite a surprise when that all turned up. These are really nicely laid out books, full of army lists. This is cool. So this is the Wars of the Roses pages. So it gives you a brief history of those. Lancastrians, Yorkists, Richard III Yorkist. But what's cool here is actually a campaign as well. So something to look at. Oh, there's just so much in this, and then the same again with the Carthaginian, and I can't even remember what it's here. Hoplites, Alexander, loads. So I don't even know when I'm going to get started on these, but I might dip in and out, paint something a bit different. Anyway, so probably a bit of a lengthy update. I've been watching everybody's videos. It's really been awesome. Like, you know, the lockdown has sucked, and you know, and some of us, you know, some people have been working at home, other people in furlough, but it's given something to do either way. I'm hopefully going to get another couple of battle reports up. Things are just really busy with my business and sort of getting things going, and also with the kids as well. Now the weather's changing, they want to be outside and doing things as far as possible. So yeah, hopefully we'll have something up soon, and hopefully it'll be less of a slaughter for me. Anyway, I won't ramble on. I hope you guys are all well. You know, leave a comment below, and thank you for all the new subscribers. That's absolutely awesome. Thanks very much, and I hope you guys continue to enjoy the content, and I'll be back again soon. Cheers.